a free breakfast at 8:30 in the Commons. This is the morning sports desk for Tuesday, November 7th. Corey, joining us this morning on the morning sports desk is Wadena Deer Creek head volleyball coach Sue Volkmann, Section 8 AA champions of 2023. She's joining us on the line as she gets her team ready for the state tournament later this week. Hey, Sue, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us.
Hey, Sue, I want to go back all the way to the beginning of this volleyball season and the goal setting for this team. Was a state tournament birth a goal or just a hope?
It's definitely a hope. We thought that we could be one of the top teams in the section this year, and we talked more about winning the conference and winning different games throughout the year. You know, the rivalry thing, and I just think, we took the year and improved greatly as we moved along here, and it's just made it more possible.
So you mentioned the improvement. Where is the biggest jump in improvement from all the way to that first practice to this point of the year?
Well, I would have to say the entire team. They've kind of accepted their roles and really refined those roles, and as a team just came together, and as the kids matured at just the understanding of the game and playing and what they needed to do, and it just kind of all came together at the right time.
And Sue, last year you guys graduated Maddie Karsten, a really great player for your program. And you kind of talked about that everybody on the team kind of stepped up and accepted a role and figured things out. When you don't have a player who can do everything as well as she can, and, does it kind of make everybody step up and make everybody kind of, get a chance to try and be that playmaker? What's it been like this season, kind of just having everybody in that kind of role?
Well, I think they had to buy into the fact that we didn't have that big go-to player. And so, each one stepped up in their own way, and the combination of everything together is what made us the team that got us to state.
So this is the third time in the state tournament, if I believe, back 2017. The last time, obviously, that 2000 was a 10 season before this. What are some similarities this team has to those previous state tournament teams? What are some differences? What makes them stand out?
Well, like our championship team, we went to state with them in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, and those teams just had so much experience and a multiple number of all-state players, so it's not really fair to take this group and compare them to that. Mm-hmm. That was a once-in-a-lifetime situation. But these kids just work so hard, and they know they have to depend and trust each other. And they've really molded into what you would say the definition of a team is in order to be successful, because they do need each other to do their part, no matter what it is, for us to be successful. And they really, really have, the chemistry has really bonded them together.
You played Perham in the section final over in Pelican Rapids on Saturday. What did you like out of your team, and what did they do well that helped you guys win and clinch that state tournament berth?
Well, the continuation of team play, it's a situation where everybody's not going to be on their A game on any given night, and so everybody needs to know, so at times they need to pick up slack otherwise, but they were determined. I mean, I got to give them credit. They went into it, determined to win, and they didn't play not to lose, and they definitely played to win that game. So that's just kind of where we've
And Sue, you've talked about that all season long when we've chatted for Wolverines Weekly and when we've chatted before games. You said that, they're determined. They're a team that's ready to go. They get themselves locked in. And you mentioned they're a young team and they don't necessarily have that state tournament experience, but they're a team that's feisty. They're a team that gets ready to play and they're not scared of anybody. How impressive is that for a team like this, and just how great is it for you to coach that?
Well, it's super great. These are just super kids, and they're great in the classroom, and they're involved in a lot of things, and they just kind of have that. Some of them really have that edge that they're really competitive, and then they go up a notch when they get onto a competitive floor or in a game. And it's a unique person that can do that, and we have a number of them.
Okay, well, congratulations for making the state tournament, but there are, of course, still matches to play. First up, you drew the top overall seed, Southwest Christian, a team you've actually played during the year, which is kind of rare. What can you tell us about Southwest Christian and in that scouting report?
Well, we played them in the showcase in the cities, and we're definitely not that team that faced them earlier. We have, different rotations now, and and I would say that we're playing much better than we did earlier in the year. So, and they didn't really blow us out then. Great team, got some height, but I don't think, because we have played them and seen them already, I don't think we're going to go in there scared. So that's always a bonus when you have faced somebody and know that they didn't blow you off the court. So we're going to go in there and give it our best shot and hope for the best.
Very cool. Sue, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
That was Sue Volkmann joining us on the morning sports desk, and appreciate Sue for coming on and giving us the time. And Corey, anything that kind of stood out to you in that interview?
No. Yes.
It's fun, man. State tournaments are fun. It's fun to make it. It's fun to it's fun to have made it. It's fun to think about what is yet to come. It's fun to think about playing at the XL Energy Center. It's fun to think about your opponents. It's fun to know that you played them once already and you think it might be there for the taking. Everything about this is a win. It's just a win. Everything about making a state tournament, your season already has the bow on top. It already has the cherry on top. Whatever metaphor you want to use to describe your season, it's already a win. Now it's time to go get just that little bit extra, and the anticipation and the idea of something a little extra being available is cool.
Yeah, state tournaments are cool. They're fun to be a part of. I've heard from experience.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds real fun.
They sound real fun. But
I'm real happy for all of you and still not bitter. I never made
It's fine. I don't want to talk about it, actually.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I don't remember losing to Triton or ACGC.
No.
Or Bellplow.
And you certainly don't remember the final scores.
I don't remember. Actually, I don't remember the final scores, but I remember some other details that will make me sound petty.
Like how their stupid faces look that day?
Yeah, you stupid other teams.
How dare they be better than me?
Gosh dang it. That's awesome. I think it's really cool. That was awesome of Sue to be able to join us this morning. We obviously have more coverage of some state tournament action later in the week with some football, and we're doing our best to get those lined up and organized. As a matter of fact, we will be talking to some state football coaches as this week rolls along as well. So congratulations to Sue and staff and the Wadena Deer Creek volleyball team, and enjoy the X. It's if you've never been to state volleyball before, 100% go. It is maybe my favorite state tournament.
Yeah. And Yeah, that puts a bow on that conversation. So as we move forward, Corey, here's just a couple notes, news headlines in sports. Josh Dobbs officially named the Vikings starting quarterback for this coming week. Jaren Hall still in the concussion protocol.
Yeah, his eyes still crossed a little.
Yeah, just a little bit. He can only hold up 3 fingers, despite the fact that he says he's got 4, and he said one of them's a thumb. Yeah, no, he's still in concussion protocol.
Okay.
So Josh Dobbs will be official starter. We can move forward with that. His jersey is promptly being put up at the team store, which was a social media joke when he was in Arizona because he was there for like a week or 2, and they still hadn't had his jersey up in the team store yet, not even as he'd have to custom order it. So the joke is that, and the joke is that the Vikings have already printed like hundreds of them.
Well, I think we've got him in the Ring of Honor already.
Yeah, I think his statues are being erected as we speak. The other news headline is that Sonny Gray was named a Cy Young Award finalist last night. So it's between him and Garrett Cole and Kevin Gossman.
Okay.
So congratulations to Garrett Cole on winning that award, because Carlos Correa, by the way, lost the Gold Glove Award to Anthony Volpe of the New York Yankees. Do you remember any great defensive highlights from Anthony Volpe this season?
I don't.
Or they give it to him because he's a Yankee?
I thought Derek Jeter was still the shortstop.
I mean, he is in the hearts and minds of Yankees fans. But
so the Yankees fans don't even like their current shortstop.
No, they
give it to that dude. Cool.
I love it when writers don't know how to give awards on some of this stuff, so they just give it to whoever they see on the back of a baseball card. It's great. Anyway, the last thing to note, and we can spend the rest of the time talking about this today, Corey, the Minnesota Timberwolves had 2 embarrassing losses early in the season. One to start the season in Toronto, and the other one blowing a 20, almost 30-point lead to the Atlanta Hawks at halftime, losing that game. But they followed it up by winning against Miami. Now, that was without Jimmy Butler, but they
Who cares? That guy stinks.
Yeah. Heat culture, toughness. Do you see that with the NBA in-season tournament? They all have the different courts, and the Heats have always play, never quit. And it's like your star player sits every 3rd day. What is that? Never quit. No days off. Anyway. Jimmy Butler's a fraud. Anyway, the Wolves beat the Heat.
A fraud.
Then
My favorite thing is when Ant called him out. Like, that guy's not going to fight.
He didn't even say that. He just said, it's fake tough guy energy.
Yes. That guy's not going to do anything.
He's going to bark. That bite is absolutely nothing.
I will say, I can't even believe I'm going to say this. Can I give Jimmy Butler credit for one thing?
Sure. What's the one thing?
Have you seen what he's done the last 2 years in his preseason media picks?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
His PR team is undefeated. Like Jimmy Butler's, his group, his agency, they do such a good job of marketing him. That whole Jimmy Butler beat up the starters with the practice squad guys is completely fabricated, but his team did such a great job of getting it out there. That's the narrative. It's insane.
It's fine. He is a fraud and whatever. But I will give him credit for his preseason media stuff. It's so fun. Like his hair and
the emo girl. Yeah. The
picture that is like Karen haircut or whatever, this flock of seagulls, whatever that is going to be in every media guide all season long, is an A+ level troll job by him.
A+. Anyway, the Wolves beat the Heat. They also beat the defending champion Denver Nuggets at the Target Center over the weekend or last week. And they also beat Denver was undefeated coming into that game. The Celtics were 5-0, one of the best teams in the NBA. Wolves beat them in overtime. Anthony Edwards has 38 points, 8 of them coming in overtime. And there were 2 possessions in a row where Ant called game. He got a pull-up jumper, and then he hit a 3, and he put the Wolves up and kind of gave them just enough breathing room to hang on in overtime. He had a great defensive stop of Tatum where he forced the jump ball, basically forcing Tatum to the ground. I know you probably haven't seen the clip, Corey, but he was like nasty as a defender. Like, that's as tough of a play as you'll see. Ant was able to make it. He called game. Jaden McDaniels had a couple of good stops on defense as well. Gobert has been super efficient on the defensive side of the floor. Mike Conley's the field general. Chris Finch said after the game, obviously we know we can do this. We got to do it more consistently if we want to be where we want to be. But it's a nice, impressive last couple wins for the Timberwolves.
I know it was true at one point. Is it still true? They're the number one rated defense in the league.
Well, they held, I would assume so, because they held Boston, who's a really good team, to 108 points in overtime.
This is where some of the size comes into play. Like Ant is big. I don't know how. He's not a giant tall, but he is
just built like a linebacker.
Yeah.
And Jaden is big, and Conley is a pretty big point guard, and obviously they run with Towns and Gobert and Slow-Mo's
Naz Reid.
And Naz is a bit like defensively, they just know how to stay in your hip pocket really, really well, and they're big and physical on top of it. So, defensively, this team should be good. There's some things that I would try to continue to exploit with them, that we will see how it plays out throughout the year, which are things we've been talking about this is now the second season.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the old line? Numbers don't lie.
Numbers never.
Right now, defensively, they're awesome.
Stats don't lie. Numbers never lie. Whatever phrase you want to use. The Wolves have had 2 really impressive wins, and Finch said the right thing of like, we need to keep doing that, because the Wolves beating Denver and beating Boston. And the Wolves are like 1-12 in their last 13 against Boston coming into last night. But to get a win like that and to get a win against Denver, just kind of, I mean, we all know the Wolves are this talented. That was never the question. The question is, can they sustain that over a whole season without being weird?
And they're going to be weird, as is evidenced by their bad losses to start the season and their good wins recently.
Yeah.
Turns out pretty on par for what
the biggest thing to take away in this game is that Ant is still ascending, and he's
awesome.
He's good. He's going to be good again.
Do you like by the way, really quickly, and then I need to go, do you like their city edition?
The Lake ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually do. I don't hate them.
Too.
Yeah, they're not,
me too.
Not my favorite, but I don't hate them.
They're a little cartoony, but
that's okay.
That's kind of the point.
We got the throwback ones, so I can't complain.
Oh, man, those are gorgeous.
They're going to showcase them like next week.
I got to go.
This has been the Morning Sports Desk for Tuesday, November 7th. It's 7:32 on KWAD. Here's MNN News.
Minnesota News Network. I'm Brent Palm. More than 55,000 Minnesotans with felony conviction are able to